Picture a finger of land jutting into the Mediterranean, the Mani Peninsula. It's the southernmost tip of mainland Greece, defined by the rugged Tagetos mountains and dramatic cliffs plunging into deep blue seas. This is a land of harsh contrasts, sun-scorched rock, howling winds, and thin, stubborn soil. Life here has always been a struggle, and that struggle shaped the Maniot people. Isolation was their greatest shield. The mountains and treacherous coastline kept invaders at bay, while the rest of Greece fell to Romans, Franks, and Ottomans. Mani remained fiercely independent. This isolation bred a people who were self-reliant, tough, and wary of outsiders. The sea was as vital as the land, both a barrier and a lifeline. Maniots became expert sailors, mastering every cove and current, using the sea for food, trade, and even raiding. Their command of the sea allowed them to control their own fate. The land and sea together forged a people as unyielding as the stone they lived on. Every aspect of Maniot culture, from their stone houses to their warrior spirit, was shaped by this landscape. The land was not just a backdrop, it was the crucible that made them who they were. Here survival demanded resilience, and the Maniots became a people apart, proud, stubborn, and free. Their story begins and ends with the land itself. The mountains and sea are the silent characters in their history. In Mani, nature is both adversary and ally, shaping every generation. To understand the Maniots, you must first understand their land. It is the foundation of their defiance and their enduring legacy. The Maniots claim direct descent from the ancient Spartans, a belief woven into their identity. Legend says that after the fall of Sparta, its people retreated into the Tagetos mountains, preserving their freedom and bloodline. This story, passed down for centuries, explains their warrior ethos and fierce independence. Historical records support this. Ancient writers and Byzantine chronicles describe Maniots as stubbornly clinging to old ways. For centuries, they were even called Hellenes, holding on to pagan traditions long after others converted. Their dialect preserves Doric words, and their customs echo the ancient world. Feuds, funeral rites, and the status of warriors all hint at a classical past. Recent genetic studies show Maniots have a distinct lineage with less outside mixture than other Greeks. While science can't prove they're Spartans, it confirms their long isolation. The Maniots are a people apart, preserving a unique heritage in their mountain stronghold. Their claim to Spartan descent is more than myth. It's a living tradition. Manio society was built on powerful clans, or each fiercely loyal to its own. These clans ruled from fortified stone tower houses, private fortresses that dotted the landscape. The higher your tower, the greater your family's prestige. During feuds, families retreated into these towers, turning villages into battlegrounds. With poor farmland, many Maniots turned to the sea, becoming feared pirates across the Aegean. Piracy was seen as a legitimate way to survive, a warrior's life on water. Their knowledge of the coast made them masters of surprise attacks and escape. Society was governed by an unwritten code, dictating everything from property to vendetta rules. Truces were called for religious festivals or harvests. Women and children were generally spared. This internal justice, though harsh, kept order in a lawless land. The result was a world of clans, towers, and corsairs, where strength and cunning were the only laws. Mani's unique social structure was born from isolation and constant threat. Every family's survival depended on its unity and reputation. The landscape itself became a testament to their way of life. In Mani, the clan was everything, the state almost nothing. Their society was as unyielding as the stone towers they built. When the Ottomans conquered Greece, Mani refused to submit. For 4 centuries, the Maniots resisted, paying tribute only in gunpowder and men, not taxes. The mountains became their fortress, making conquest nearly impossible. Leaders like Crocodilos Cladas and the Mavromichalis clan led relentless resistance. Maniots raided Ottoman towns, disrupted shipping, and allied with European powers against the Turks. Ottoman invasions failed, their fortresses captured or ignored. The Mavromichalis family became unofficial rulers, using their position to strengthen Mani's defenses. The Ottomans' only option was uneasy compromise, never true control. Mani's defiance was strategic, not just stubborn, always preparing for a final war of liberation. Their resistance became legend, inspiring Greeks far beyond their borders. Mani stood as a beacon of freedom in an occupied land. Maniot history is filled with tales of impossible resistance. In Scutari, villagers, men and women, defended their homes against a larger Ottoman force, hurling rocks and boiling oil from their towers until the enemy retreated. At Vromopigada, during the Orlov revolt, Maniot men and women fought for 3 days, turning the tide with a surprise attack led by women wielding sickles. These victories became symbols of Maniot determination. Women were not bystanders. They fought, reloaded muskets, and defended their families as equals. Their courage was expected, not exceptional. These stories, told in songs and poems, became the emotional fuel of Maniot identity. Each legend taught that surrender was never an option. The tales inspired new generations to value courage, cunning, and unity. Maniot women and men together embodied the spirit of resistance. Their legacy was not just in battle, but in the stories that kept their spirit alive. These legends proved their Spartan claim was more than a boast. They lived and died by the code of their ancestors. The world remembers their grit because they made it unforgettable. In Mani, history is a living force, not just a memory. Mani was notorious for its endless clan feuds with families locked in generations-long vendettas. Yet, when an external enemy threatened, all feuds were instantly suspended. This truce, or treva, united sworn enemies against a common foe. Clan chieftains would meet, declare the truce, and fight side by side. Their loyalty to Mani outweighed any private war. This unity was their secret weapon, turning a divided land into an unbreakable force. Leaders like Petrobi Mavromichalis forged alliances, pooling fighters and resources. Once the threat passed, feuds resumed, but Mani's independence endured. This flexible unity made them impossible to conquer. They could be rivals one day, allies the next. Always Maniots first. Their pragmatic approach ensured survival in a hostile world. As the dream of Greek independence grew, revolutionaries looked to Mani, the only free, armed region in Greece. On March 17, 1821, in Areopoli, Maniot leaders under Petrobi Mavromichalis declared war on the Ottomans, igniting the Greek War of Independence. Maniots marched on Kalamata, capturing it in the war's first major victory. Throughout the conflict, Maniots were the backbone of the southern Greek army, earning a reputation for discipline and ferocity. Their leaders played crucial roles in both military and political spheres. Mani had prepared for this moment for centuries, committing fully to the cause of freedom. Yet after independence, their fierce autonomy clashed with the new Greek state. Tensions peaked with the assassination of Greece's first governor by members of the Mavromichalis family. The same spirit that made them freedom fighters made them uneasy subjects of a centralized state. Mani's role in the revolution was decisive and complicated. Their legacy was both a blessing and a challenge for modern Greece. The Maniots had won freedom but would never surrender their independence. Their story shaped the nation's identity. Today, Mani is no longer isolated. Roads connect its villages, and its towers are now homes and hotels. Tourism thrives, but the spirit of Mani endures. Locals take pride in their history, their claim to Spartan descent and their ancestors' struggles. The stone towers stand as reminders of a land never conquered. Mani's legacy is preserved not just for visitors, but as the soul of the community. The story of the Maniots is now part of Greek national identity, a symbol of resistance and resilience. Their role in the War of Independence is celebrated across Greece. Mani's impact reaches far beyond its borders, shaping the nation's sense of self. Here, history lives on in the land, the towers, and the people. The Maniots have embraced the future without losing the essence of who they are, a timeless testament to unbreakable spirit.